If you're tired of forcing gratitude when life feels unfair, or if you're curious about the quiet story your mind writes when things go wrong, this practice helps you meet your inner narrator, discover the hidden need beneath self-pity, and let gratitude rise naturally from truth instead of effort. Okay, hey, this is Francisca and this is my Crisis Life, and today is Chrysalis tools. So this week I've been talking about the fact that I've been moving and I had just this long list of calamities, of mishaps, of bad luck, of all these things that just kept on happening, and it kind of broke me in the end. And do you want to know what's really interesting? So if you want to hear about all of that, watch the Crisis Confessionals for this week about how I just had another breakdown in my car. I always seem to be breaking down in my car, but whatever. But you know what's really interesting? As I was editing the videos talking about this long list of calamities where it was just one thing after another, I subsequently found myself locked out of my bedroom with my phone, my laptop, absolutely everything inside the bedroom. And my oldest son had to come and kick the door down to get me in while I was just like a heap of mess on the floor, just crying my eyes out about why? Why is it happening to me? And then about an hour after I got into the room and started editing everything, my youngest son came home and said, you know what, Mum, I think I might have broken my thumb. So we had to go and deal with that as well. So it continues. It continues, but here I am. I'm also at the very end of a 48-hour fast right now. So if I look spaced out or if I have absolutely no idea what's going on or what I'm talking about, that's why. Anyway, so today, in Chrysalis Tools, I said that I was going to do a little practice that was going to help us to be able to identify kind of what that inner narrative is when we're going through periods of adversity, when things feel hard. What is that deep down sentence? For me, it was, oh, I deserve these things to be happening because I asked for too much, which is a no-no in my life, in my history. You don't ask for your needs to be met, because if you do, there will be some sort of punishment. Life is transactional in that way. So that's kind of what my inner narrator was saying to me. That was what my inner narrative was saying. But underneath that, there was actually just a need. There was a need to be reassured, to feel that, I don't know, that I was deserved, right? And that's the practice that we're going to do today. We're going to look at those two things and then how gratitude can actually help with quieting that inner narrator and being able to have that neural resilience, the idea of being able to hold both things at the same time, that this is hard and this is true, but also there are also things to be grateful for, which really builds emotional resilience. So I think this practice is going to look at, the idea that we're not forcing gratitude, that gratitude isn't something that you can just push through, and it's not this idea of just thinking positively and all of that crap. It's about kind of discovering what sits underneath that self-pity and that quiet kind of story that your mind keeps on writing for you when you feel that life is being unfair. All right, so if you're ready to get into it, find a space where you won't be disturbed for the next 10 to 15 minutes. You can do this meditation sitting up, lying down, standing up, whatever it is that you want to do. And if you're ready, I'm going to invite you to go ahead and close your eyes. Just allow your eyes to fall heavy and allow your body to begin to relax down. And just begin to notice your breath. That gentle inhale and that soft and full exhale. Remember, there's nothing that you need to do. There's nowhere that you need to go. And there's no one that you need to be. This practice today is for the moments when life feels unfair. When you catch yourself thinking, why me? Or that's not right. We're not going to force gratitude. Instead, we're going to find the story your mind is quietly writing. Feel how your body holds this. And then let gratitude rise naturally from truth, not from effort. And I invite you now to take a deep breath in through your nose and go ahead and sigh it out of your mouth. And I invite you now to bring to mind a time recently that felt to you unjust, unbalanced, or undeserved. Just allow that memory to hover there on the edge of your consciousness. You don't need all the details. Just notice the feeling, the emotion this stirs up for you. It might be frustration, sadness, maybe disappointment, maybe anger. Just let it be there. Remember, it's just energy moving through. And now I want you to imagine in your mind's eye that you're beginning to move inward, deeper into your own mind, deeper and deeper now as you walk past all the noise, all the thought, all the busyness, moving deeper still until you reach a space, a quiet, dim lit space, deep in the back of your mind. And as you become present in that space, You notice there a version of you, not your adult self, not your child self, but your inner narrator. This is the version of you that writes the meaning behind all that happens in your life. See them there now, standing, ready to take note, to make meaning. Pen in hand, and behind them, a clean white board. And as you notice them, they begin to start writing. They begin to start making sense, making meaning of this event in your life. Stand behind them now and look at what they're writing. Don't think, just allow the sentence to appear. Maybe they've written, I deserve this because I asked for too much. Maybe this always happens to me. Perhaps they feel that the universe is teaching me a lesson. Or maybe if I had been more grateful, it wouldn't have been taken away from me. Whatever it is, once you see that sentence, allow yourself to read it slowly, out loud if that feels comfortable. And as you do, just begin to notice what emotion this sentence carries for you. Maybe shame, sadness, guilt, anger, helplessness. Just allow yourself to notice. Now I invite you to bring that sentence into your body. just begin to notice, where do I feel that belief? Maybe in your chest, your throat, your forehead, your stomach, your back. And as you begin to notice it more strongly now, sit and watch it for a moment. Notice the texture of it. Maybe it feels tight, heavy, numb, maybe hot, or a hollowness. Just observe for a moment. And I invite you now to breathe into that space. And remember, there's nothing to do, there's nothing to fix, there's no one to be. Just stay with it. This is your body showing you where that story lives. And I invite you now, gently, quietly, to ask that place, what do you need? And just listen. The answer might come as one simple word: safety, love, rest, forgiveness, belonging. Or it might come as warmth, as tears, as a sigh. However it speaks, just listen. Now gently ask yourself, where in my life do I already receive this? Even just a little. Maybe it's in a friend's voice, a child's laughter, sunlight through the open window, or the steady beat of your own heart. just let it come to you. And as you recognize now that source of support, what is already there in your life, what you already hold, what you already have, feel your body begin to respond. Feel your shoulders soften. Feel your breath deepen as something inside of you whispers, I'm still held. And just allow yourself to sit with that sensation. Let it expand. Enjoy it. There's no need to force. Just allow it to unfold. And now I invite you to notice what's here now. Gratitude, not as a thought, but as a feeling of openness. A small warmth spreading from the place that once hurt. You don't have to thank the pain. You don't have to thank the release. You don't have to thank the gratitude. Just acknowledge that in this moment, in this space, you're able to hold both the wound and the wisdom. You can go ahead now and take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you breathe out, just allow your eyes to open, to find yourself back in this room, back in this space, back in this body. Okay, hey, welcome back. How's that? Yeah. I wonder what you noticed. What sentence appeared on that mental whiteboard with that narrator who's always trying to make meaning out of everything that sometimes we don't catch, we don't hear those things that are happening right at the back of our head, but these are kind of the stories that we're telling ourselves, the constant inner narrative that we have that impacts our beliefs, which impacts our perception, which then impacts our way of interacting with the world, and then our behavior and our feelings and all the rest of it, right? So I wonder what you noticed. when you went right back there and just allowed that person to speak freely, that inner narrator. And then I wonder if you were able to find what was beneath that, what need you really were looking for. Because if we can find that, that's really the thing that allows us to shift that inner narrative rather than trying to answer the narrator. If we answer the need that's underneath it, what our body is really calling out for, and we start to give ourselves that, then that can be a really big change. But even if we can't do that, just that ability, that capacity to hold both truths at the same time and be grateful, even though things feel difficult, even though it's not working out, or whatever it is that our inner narrator is telling us about what life is and who we are in this life, just being able to hold both those things at the same time is a really, really powerful position to be in. So well done. Well done for doing the work. Well done for sitting through that. Well done for wanting to find out more and wanting to understand yourself more, so that you can show up in a way that's more authentic and in a way that's more balanced and has more equilibrium in your life. Look, I would say that this meditation, you can come back to this anytime. Anytime that life is feeling unfair, unjust, anytime you feel like there are things going on that you didn't deserve, because, the story might change, but the practice is the same, Find the storyteller, feel the story, return to the truth beneath it. Okay, all right. That's it for today. But come and join us tomorrow for Reflection Friday. I'll be there, where we can sit in community together, support one another through these things that we're doing. Because it's always easier when you feel like you're not alone. Okay, but for now, that's it. That sentence on your inner narrator's whiteboard, it's been quietly shaping your reality. Drop a comment about what appeared on your whiteboard, what hidden need you discovered beneath it, or how it felt to hold both wound and wisdom. Tomorrow's Reflection Friday integrates this week's journey from moving disasters to finding the story beneath self-pity.